I'm not going to spend the time that Raoul's put into studying Bitcoin. But when you said buy it at 6, I went, okay. And so my question to you is, when's the next entry point for me? I mean,
Right now is my answer.
Really?
We're standing at the precipice where the machines are going to take more power in the world.
Yeah.
More central bank printing is coming because the only answer to raising rates now is to deal with the economic downside, which is print more money, right, or more cowbell, as I call it. The asset that does the best in that environment is cryptocurrency.
Hey guys, welcome back to Library of Wealth. Today we have Raoul Pal and Robert Kiyosaki discussing the once-in-a-lifetime investment opportunities in 2023 and how investors are in for a big surprise. Raoul Pal describes the current economic situation as a perfect storm for cryptocurrencies, while emphasizing that the AI revolution will be playing a major role in the coming months. Pal emphasizes the need to invest outside the financial system, resonating with the decentralized nature of Bitcoin. He believes in the massive potential for machines to have their own system of money, which he believes will be in the form of cryptocurrency. Robert Kiyosaki echoes this sentiment and believes Bitcoin holds massive opportunity and says that the current state of the economy actually creates a favorable environment for cryptocurrency investments. The Rich Dad, Poor Dad author also points out the importance of investing in real assets that are free from counterparty risk. Let's get right into the latest interview with Raoul Pal and Robert Kiyosaki as they discuss the crypto market and the huge investment opportunities in 2023. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you enjoy the content we do here on this channel. Let's get right into the video.
Well, just yesterday, I was at my dentist's office, and I'm so old, you know, I remember when they're coming across America in covered wagons. But I'm at my dentist's office just yesterday with a guy as old as me, and he's showing me my teeth via AI. Now, Raoul, I had no idea what he was talking about. But he's an old guy, an old dentist, good one. He was blown away. He says, these are just your teeth. What we're doing with AI today. But that's all I knew. An old guy, an old dentist, just going, I can't believe what they're doing. And so he and I were conjecturing, like we're doing now, what happens tomorrow. And what he said is that AI is going to take over machines. So whatever that means, Raoul, take it away from here.
Yeah, I mean, look, we've all seen this machine learning and AI coming, and then suddenly that chat GPT happened, and suddenly human knowledge has become scalable. That is something, yes, books did that before, but not in the same way as this. It means we've got infinite knowledge accessible anywhere all the time in a way that we can't understand. So I think it's one of the most powerful technologies the world has ever seen. And when you hear people like Sam Altman talking about it, they don't even know how these things learn. There's an amazing documentary about DeepMind, the Google version, when it beat the best Go player in the world. And there was this moment where it started playing Go like no human. And they're like, well, it's clearly gone crazy. It's mad. It doesn't work. And then it won every single game ever since that date. And it had learned itself how to play the game of Go in a way no human had ever done before, played moves that no human had done, and had strategies that they didn't know. And that's the same thing with AI now and these large language models. We don't even know what they know. All we know is what we can ask them. And that's kind of weird. It's like meeting somebody in a foreign language and you've only got some of the words, you know, in Spanish to ask them a few questions. That's not the extent of their knowledge. It's the extent of our ability to question them. So there's that happening. And then, as you said, Robert, the applications at real world level outside of this chat GPT are growing everywhere. There was a friend of mine here who is the chairman of the local hospital, and he is also the radiologist. And I showed him this one night over dinner. And he just got this new, well, he knows he's out of a job eventually, but they're using AI to read some of the x-rays and stuff. But he said, I've just taken a possession of a new MRI, brain MRI machine. He says, I've never used it before. It's new technology. And he said, I spent 6 hours today teaching myself how to use it, Googling and everything else. He said I had to pull research papers, all of this. I said, why don't you ask ChatGPT-4 the same question? We were over dinner over a glass of wine, and within 30 seconds, his face went ashen, and he's like, oh my God, it knows everything.
Well, the answer is it's going to do a lot of good, but it's going to destroy a lot of the old. It's the same as Bitcoin's doing. So the question is, another person I was listening to says women will be the biggest losers. And it says the reason for that is that men have traditionally combined both physical and mental activities. So like an auto mechanic still has to, work the wrenches and things like this. But if you're an office worker, or what they call a knowledge worker, so 60% of women, he says they're going to get wiped out. And I went, wow. So I'm not saying it's true or not, but people are conjecturing like we're doing today. What does this mean into the future? Well, it goes back again, Raoul, to Rich Dad Poor Dad, based upon two words: asset versus liability. What's an asset? What's a liability? It's called financial literacy. How do you define an asset and how do you define a liability? So when Wall Street defines an asset as a mutual fund, we go a little nuts. Question is, whose asset is it? Who's the counterparty there? So this piece of gold has no counterparty. That's why I call gold, silver, I call it God's money. It was placed here by God. They're in the periodic tables. Bitcoin is people's money. Because Wall Street, well, so far they can't mess with it that much. And so he goes into financial literacy definitions. What is an asset? What's a liability? So that's why I know he's hated by a lot of people, but Trump and I are really good friends. And we talk about how we create our own assets. What an entrepreneur does is I don't need Wall Street and I don't need the Fed, I don't need anybody to create my assets. So today, and I get kicked off of shows because of this, Raoul. Because they said, well, what stock do you recommend? I don't. I create my own assets. I don't want anything that you can mess with. I don't want any of this stuff here. I want this stuff here. So I invest in cattle. So the Fed cannot print Wagyu bull semen. So I sell it. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Anything they cannot print, I'm in. I invest in oil, but I don't invoice. I used to work for Standard Oil as a third mate on their tankers. So I understand the oil industry, but I don't invest in the stocks. I invest in the oil.
So I hear what you're saying is invest in the real assets that aren't financialized. So you're kind of out of the system, right? And that's why even Bitcoin resonates with you, because you're like, okay, this is out of the system. It works for my framework of how I see the world playing out. And, I agree with a lot of that.
Kiyosaki also sees Bitcoin as a form of people's money that cannot be easily manipulated by Wall Street or central banks. He shares his approach to investing in tangible assets that cannot be easily printed or influenced by external factors. He considers true assets to be those without counterparty risk, such as physical gold and silver. Raoul Pal also supports investing in sectors aligned with digitization and highlights the significance of AI and robotics. He acknowledges the massive opportunities coming this year just in crypto and AI, which he believes will absolutely dominate the market. Pal and Kiyosaki believe that because of the transformative power of AI and machine learning, this provides access to vast amounts of information, which will revolutionize global markets and make way for even more opportunity. What do you think about the latest interview with Raoul Pal and Robert Kiyosaki and the massive opportunities that are coming in the last half of 2023? Comment down below. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is the Library of Wealth. We'll see you in the next video.